Well, it's a test server update day, and overnight they published the golden pack for everyone to try. I went on, I had one game. I won immediately using the grizzly bear like it seems like everyone else did. But most of the games I was just going against the ghost AI teams, so it was kind of pointless. I think until the test server kind of settles down and a lot of the pets get some adjustment, because already people are reporting all the broken things, the bugs and the overpowered stuff. I'm just going to carry on uploading the sort of regularly scheduled content, and there, I mean I've got tons and tons of videos still to put out, and I assume the testing phase for this pack will be probably just as long as the last one, which was something like 5 or 6 weeks. I think at least that's how I remember it anyway. So back to this run. Now I'd pretty much given up on doing custom pack 5 of a kinds, but then after the 5 bus run was posted in the Discord, that kind of inspired me to go back and give it another try. And what I did was I went to SuperAutoGaming's Discord, and in his he's got a channel in there for sharing the custom packs that he uses, and he has a pack that he calls his Greed pack. And I decided, you know what, instead of me making one, I'll just use this one. I trust Sag's judgment, and I immediately started having some success with it. And obviously the strategy here is to get alpaca as early as possible, then get chicken level 2 as early as possible, and then just start buy selling as much as possible. And here I roll into triple tier 1, and I'm thinking about the chocolate as well, but the chocolate is kind of relevant at this point. I think I just need to, I suppose I could level up the skunk and potentially get another stego, but it's mammoth. So now that the skunk is level 2, the pug is redundant, so I can get rid of it and then use that as the buy sell slot. And just like regular pack 1, there's constant elephant, blowfish, elephant, camel over and over again. I don't know why people love that build so much. But one of the things that I'd really underestimated about alpaca, not that I thought it was top tier, but in terms of it helping to get the chicken working, is that when you buy and sell these initial tier 1s, you're actually making the first one, like the duck, costs nothing because you sell it for 2 gold. It costs 1. And then the pig actually makes a profit, I think, because you sell it for, you buy it for 3 and then you sell it for 4. So yeah, I'd never really, I guess people have been doing that this whole time and I just wasn't really paying close enough attention, but it really helps optimize how many buy sells you can get in a particular turn, especially if you've also comboed it with things like goldfish or swan for extra gold. But here I didn't feel like the buy sell was super necessary, because, well, I say it was necessary, but it wasn't necessary to go for like 50-50 shot, because once you get to a certain point, the stegos are going to be giving so many stats that it's probably not going to matter what their starting stats are. So here I was going to freeze lioness, or maybe I do freeze it. Yeah, I really always try and use lioness to speed up the chicken, but for that one turn, it's probably not worth it. And here we get the second stego, and the alpaca instantly makes it level 2, which is, so that's going to be giving, each of them is going to be giving plus 24 at the start of the turn. And I think I probably should freeze the beaver here, but I wonder if I was thinking, oh, I'm just going to, yeah, I guess I didn't notice it. I'm just going to pill Tapir and try and create another stego. probably not a very good strat, because it'll be I presume it'll be a 1-1, or it'll be a very low statted. Although I guess the alpaca does instantly make it level 2. That's something else you've got to be careful about with things like the chinchilla, is that if you're wanting to save the alpaca levels, the chinchilla is a bad buy, because it instantly, you sell the chinchilla and it will instantly, the alpaca will level up the loyal chinchilla, and that will be its triggers wasted for the turn. So things like the pig there, I wouldn't have got level 2 pig. So by this point I'd done a few runs and I was starting to get more used to what I was supposed to do, the order I was supposed to do things. In fact, prior to this I had maybe 2 runs that got very, very close to almost either 50-50 shop or a 5-of, and in both cases I went for a pet that didn't have a good in-battle ability. So one of them was Hammer Shark, and I had triple 50-50 Hammer Shark, but I couldn't find the last 2. But the problem is, with the pets that have no ability, you really have to get them to the max stats as soon as possible. And either I wasn't getting them quick enough in order to then find the remaining pets, or I was getting it, or I was getting to a point where they just couldn't win the battle, because although having huge stats is good, there's plenty of teams that can crush a high statted team, even if they don't have high stats themselves. So in the end, a couple of those runs actually I could have chosen to go Stego, and I thought, no, you know what, I'll leave it. You can probably get 5 Stegos without needing alpaca chicken. But in the end, I decided, look, just get a 5-of in custom packs. It doesn't matter if it has to be Stego. So you can see here at this point, even though the shop is very close to, it's only like 30-30. But you can see I've changed my mind there. I was going to sell a chicken, and then I roll for more Stegos. I don't find the Stegos. I'm trying to decide what to do, because this is becoming a bit of a waste of a turn. And eventually I do decide it's time to sell, and then for no reason I buy the chinchilla other than to get the level up. And chinchilla, like I was saying, is a really bad choice for that, because the result is that the alpaca levels the loyal chinchilla while the shop is still full, and you don't get your double. Like I had a chance to get 2 chances to get a Stego there, and I messed it up. And of course now when I buy the Stego, the alpaca won't level it up to level 2. So just something to be aware of if you're trying this strategy yourself. So the 2 Stegos that have the decent stats from chicken, and you can see here we lose to these because they had I think they had melon at the front. So the 2 Stegos that have the good stats, having been buffed up, are now going to get equipment, and then that'll mean that the buffs from all the Stegos will be concentrated on the 2 lower statted ones, and really should bring them pretty much to 50-50 as long as the RNG isn't too unkind. So here I'm thinking about because I'm getting so close, I'm really thinking it through as much as possible, the best way to do things. So here I freeze the pepper, because I was going to put pepper on the other Stego, and I'm just rolling down trying to find one, because I'm now on lethal. And I think here I should sell alpaca, buy turtle. Oh wow, am I going to be that bold? Okay, I guess I am. 4 squad. Normally I would just buy turtle there. In fact, it doesn't really make any sense to buy the melon other than to save gold for next turn. But realistically, I need to find another Stego and also buy the melon. So maybe I wasn't confident on the number of rolls, but here I get very lucky and draw, which gives me more time to find to find additional Stegos and then also level them up the old-fashioned way with chocolate. And here, cow's another one. I don't know why I freeze cow, because I guess, okay, I decided that the cow's better than the chocolate. Yeah, I suppose at this point any unit at 28, 30 is pretty decent. And this person has a funny hyena scorpion team. I guess we're getting into the later rounds where more of the bizarre builds are still alive somehow. But I applaud the attempt there. And yep, finally get the last Stego. And now it's just a case of, is it worth putting equipment onto the... I think if I put equipment onto another one, it's some of the buffs will end up getting wasted, because there are 2 level 2s and 3 level 1s. There's going to be so many stats that if you have only 2 without equipment, it'll definitely get wasted, I think. So here I just rearrange for order from highest to lowest attack, and then chili dodge with the middle one. And thankfully we go against a pretty generic all stats based team, and we win. So finally got the monkey off my back on custom packs, and after this I managed to get a few more, so that'll tide us over for a few weeks until the golden pack comes out.